A 2-year-old child is wandering the streets of Ohio entirely alone. He isn't crying for his mother, he's just looking into the windows of parked cars, searching for a face he recognizes.
Hey! Well, I just pulled up to the mailbox, and he was on the opposite side, like in my window, like this. So I got out, and he was like shaking. No, he wasn't in.
He's nonverbal, wearing only a diaper in the biting April cold, and seems to have no idea where he belongs. But when the police arrive, the situation takes a bizarre turn. The boy starts leading them on a tour of the neighborhood.
Have you seen him before?
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of kids over here, so he looks familiar.
Okay.
The clock is ticking. In Elyria, April weather can turn lethal for a toddler in a diaper. The officers begin a door-to-door canvass, hoping a neighbor will recognize the mystery child.
Gave me a hug and everything. I said, "Where's your mom? Where do you want to go?"
Man, you live down here?
And he pointed.
Do you live down here?
Yeah, that's my house right there.
Okay. Do you recognize this?
I don't. I have actually never seen him.
He tried to go in her house. Like, I was like, "Where do you live? Where do you stay?" And he pointed across the street.
It's a ghost town. Despite the boy pointing frantically at different homes, every resident gives the same chilling answer. They've never seen him before in their lives.
Do you know your name?
Found him in this area.
Do you know your name?
Inside of my car. He was like,
144-277.
No.
he was saying something, but we had out here a good 20-25 minutes. No one's called for it.
Do you want to grab their info and then...
The officers are starting to face a grim reality. If no one on this block knows him, he didn't just walk out of a front door. He might have traveled miles, or worse, been dropped there.
Hey man, can I borrow you for a second, if you don't mind? Because you're young. Do you live down here?
No, I live on 7th.
You live down here. Do you recognize this one?
No?
No. Okay.
The boy's silent guidance is leading them in circles. He walks with the confidence of someone who lives here, yet he's a total stranger to the community.
He's all alone. We're trying to find it. Can you show us?
Yeah, he's been like walking around pointing at every door, so if you know him, we really appreciate it.
Here, 1 second, buddy.
It's a psychological maze. The child is desperately seeking a familiar threshold, but every door he chooses remains shut.
Thank you.
Let's try 113 then, since that comes back.
Did you guys find out where he goes?
We're trying.
No.
I think that's his mom's car, but I'm not sure if that's the same kid I be seeing in that car with that lady.
Okay.
This white one?
I think so.
Okay.
The search expands to 6 different streets. The officer asks a young man nearby if he recognizes the toddler, but the answer remains a devastating no. The neighborhood is full of kids, but this one is invisible.
Hello. Hey, buddy. Is this yours? This one?
Searching the area of 301 Clinton Avenue.
Do you know who this is?
Cars with a male wrapped up in a
No.
blanket in the back room.
I've not seen him before.
Okay.
White female left the vehicle.
All right. Okay.
On foot.
Well,
Train.
The search hits a dead end. Fear of abandonment starts to set in, and the police prepare to blast the boy's face across social media as a last resort.
So we don't have to take him back right away, but let's snap a picture of him. Let's send that to
hey, buddy.
to Mike Walker, and then he can give that to Lee.
Okay.
Just call Mike, be like, I'm going to send you a picture.
Just as they prepare to take the boy to the station, a woman appears on the sidewalk. She isn't panicked. She's walking.
Are you mom?
Yes.
Where do you stay? What's your son's name?
Josh.
Is there anyone else at the house? Or is it just you?
It's their dad's there right now.
Okay, so who was supposed to be looking after him?
Me. That's me.
Okay.
It had been like 20 minutes.
Her name is Devashia Rouser. She claims her kids are introverts who never leave the house, which explains why the neighbors don't know them. But the math isn't adding up for the officers.
If something happened, because this was an hour it took us to find him, or to find you, where he was out. Yeah, and that's
See, that's what I'm saying. Time just be flying, and I just don't. You know what I'm saying? When you got 3 other kids and you got so much going on, you gotta do this.
20 minutes. That was her claim. Yet the police had been on the ground for over an hour, and the witness had watched the boy wander for even longer before that.
And nobody else helps you with managing all of the kids, and is the father in the picture or not in the picture?
He's in it.
Okay.
Like, he's
Does
there.
does he help with the schooling and all of that,
Yeah.
and watching the kids?
Yep.
If she knew he was an escape artist, why was the door unlocked? The officers escort her back to the station, but the relieved mother persona is quickly being overshadowed by her own inconsistencies.
So basically, if you just want to tell me what happened, if I have any questions, we can go from there.
Okay, so I don't know. How long was he? You said he was going for like an hour.
He was gone about an hour.
So like, was he like?
Back at the station, the overwhelmed mother act starts to fray. The officer notices the boy is perfectly comfortable with strangers, the exact opposite of the shy introvert his mother described.
East and kept saying go that way, but we ended up on Hodge, and then like he was kind of by like where the mailboxes were,
Yeah.
and then we'd walk towards Hodge, and then we'd come back down, and eventually it got to the point where we're like, we don't know. And your neighbor said,
The officer plays along, rephrasing her words to see if she'll slip. He asks about the boy's lack of speech, and suddenly, a mother claims he speaks in full sentences at home. It's a classic case of a parent telling the police what they want to hear, rather than the truth.
I don't even let him go outside because, like, I know I don't want to seem like a bad, like a, but I don't want my children seeing the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? These
Okay.
people be cussing and
okay.
smoking. I don't want my kids introduced to that type of stuff.
She insists she is new to this stuff, but her story about her children never coming outside is starting to sound more like a prison than a protective bubble.
So I try to keep them away, but I still feel like I should, I do, like, in the summertime, take them to parks and stuff like that. But as far as them just going outside and playing with the kids, like, I don't trust it in that type of way.
He is smart. He is smart. I will say that.
But the system doesn't lie. While he's talking, he's running her name through the database. And that's when the busy mom narrative completely collapses. This wasn't her first brush with the law over her children's safety.
I'm trying to I read between the lines of what you're saying, but I'm trying to phrase it in a way. I just want to make sure you're in agreement with that.
Yes.
So that would make sense why they don't see. Just like what was going on when
This wasn't an accident. And it wasn't the first time. Devashia was already on probation for the exact same thing, leaving a baby unattended in a car in 2022. The introvert excuse was just a cover for a history of neglect.
Devasia, understand, you are going to be cited today for endangering children. Now, before you freak out about it, you have your day in court. You can explain what happened, that you were busy, preoccupied with your other kids. I am going to listen before you get upset.
The introverted lifestyle wasn't about protecting the kids from the world. It was about hiding the reality of their home life. Devashia was referred to Children's Services, proving that staying inside is no substitute for actually watching your children.